Hey guys, it's Tristan from Tristan Scale Models, and on the weekend I went to Southwest Model Show, Tank Museum, Bovington. I really enjoyed it because it was the first scale model show that I've been to in a while now, and yeah, all together it was a really fun trip. I also really enjoyed the Tank Museum by itself as well, because I got a few clips and a few videos of me going there and having fun. And I've also got a few videos about me interviewing people or at the scale model show, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, all the videos and the photos that my dad took will be playing after this video, and I just hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you have a nice day. Right, so guys, I'm back, and I just right, we're in the main room now. As you can see, it's got lots and lots of tanks all around, and this is where the model showroom is today, and it is huge, and this is where the only Tiger One is, well, working Tiger One is stored, and it is over in that corner, which we'll go to later. But yeah, it's immensely amazing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and chat to some people about their models, to see what they've been building, what the community have done so far. So I'm just going to go to someone, and I'm going to see what model they built, and see what they've done with it. It's Tristan, I'm back here, and behind me is Mark, who managed to do all of these models, which is really impressive, and it is a really big collection. And I'm just going to ask him a few questions about what he's done with them and what techniques he's used and how he's got into the hobby. So how did you get into the hobby?
I started when I was about 9. My dad bought me an Ethic Spitfire.
Yeah.
And it's grown from there, and I've never really stopped. I had a couple of years when I joined the Air Force. And a couple of years when I was in Germany, where I didn't do much then, but I carried on ever since then.
So what do you prefer, tank models or plane models?
Planes. As
Planes,
you can see from the collection here.
It's a very big collection of planes.
Yeah.
And what techniques do you usually use? Do you use an airbrush? Or?
No, I am hairy stick paintbrush.
Yeah.
The only colour I will airbrush when that comes out of an aerosol can is white. Which I use Holford's spray cans for. So,
do you use any other techniques? When you do your camouflages, do you use anything to help you? Or do you hand paint them?
I hand paint them.
That is really impressive. And do you enjoy the hobby?
Very much so.
Yeah. And I got to admit, if you didn't enjoy the hobby and you've done this much, I would be really impressed. So yeah, thank you. You've done a really good job of all your models.
What you haven't seen is what's underneath the table.
Oh, what's underneath the table?
Even more.
Oh.
Come around this way.
Okay.
Just
so you get into you.
So you can see.
Oh. Oh yeah. So you must.
I rotate. There are some models that come on every show.
Yeah.
And other ones I just try to rotate it around so that people don't see the same. If they come to, you'll obviously see the same people come to shows, so they don't see the same models every time.
Yeah, that is actually a really good idea, and honestly, you've done a really good job with your models. I'll give you that. And I'm just saying, well done.
Thank
you've done a really good job. By the way, yeah, his name's Mark, and what's your club name?
It's Gulf War Sig.
Yeah, Gulf War Sig. If you want to go check him out or want to see anything that he's done, please do, because he's done some amazing work. Bye, Mark.
Bye-bye.
Right, yeah, back again, and just come to say that I found this really cool area behind me. It's like a little bunker area or somewhere for shelter. There's a fire, and it is really cool. Also, if you look behind me, obviously you got the man himself. You got the King Tiger, who I built a King Tiger 132 one. obviously, if you have a look at him, he's massive compared to me. I mean, like, this is where my hand is. That is where the top of it is, over there. So this tank is huge. If you have a look at the wheels are even camouflaged as well. It's that big. And got all the nice print pattern on it. And yeah, it's just an absolutely beast of a tank. Hi, I'm back again, and I've just met this lovely person called Colin, and he's built this massive diorama, which I'm really impressed with. And I'm just going to ask him a few questions. So, what was your favourite part of the build?
I like making the tanks and the figures.
Yeah, okay.
Mainly.
And how long did it take you to make it?
About 2 years, approximately.
Yeah. And another question is, how many is it all scratch built, or did you make it out of models?
No, it's all scratch, every bit of it.
All scratch?
Yeah, all bits of wood, scrap wood.
That is actually really impressive.
These are all coffee stirrers. You know the coffee stirrers you buy in coffee shops and such? Coffee stirrers, bits of balsa, all the clay, all scraps of wood in it, chucked in a skip, taken home, cut up in a bandsaw. All surface, all tile adhesive you buy in a tile shop.
Another question is, do you enjoy the scale modelling experience? Did you enjoy building it?
Every second of it.
And obviously it's got really detail. It's got detail. It's got bunkers. It's got just immense detail. And so, how long have you been doing scale modelling?
Well, I started doing it when I was 6 years old. I got 13 in a letter there. About 34 years later, my son came along. He started wanting to do it, so he got me back into it. And I was about the 40 mark, maybe 40 years old again, at present day.
And what was it one of the best days of your life? Was it like one of the days where you're like, thank you, you gave me something that I like it? Yeah. Honestly, well done, and you've done a really nice model. So back again, and I've just found my build that I'm doing now, which is the Churchill Mark IV. You can see it is a beauty of a tank. Luckily we've got a stair ladder to go up, and we can have a look inside. There's people inside. It's really well detailed, and you've got the padding, and him on that side who's smoking a pipe and reading a map, and you've got the doors, and you've got the main guard on it. So yeah, I can't wait to finish this build as well. That's been fun. Obviously got the exhaust there as well, which is massive. And yeah, so that's one of the tanks that I've found, and that's why building. This is why coming here is going to probably help me build tanks, because what it will do, it will give me an idea of what goes where, and what colour it is, and what weathering detail it is. Because obviously, if you look over here, you can see that there's some really weathered items that's happened to it. And this is probably what I'm going to try and go for when doing it. And yeah, I just spotted it out, so I just put the video on, and I just wanted to show you the Churchill. And again, I'll be back with another video when I find something interesting I think it would be good to video. Also, look at that actually too. That kind of stuff you don't really see. And it is nice to have a look at that. So again, wait till I find something interesting that I think you guys would like, and I will start to video it and show you what I found. Alright, see you in a sec. So I'm back again, and I've met another person who's done a really good job. And oh god, I'm in the camera right now. Alright, and what's your name?
So I'm Jeff.
Yep.
I'm part of the Churchill SIG, part of the IPMS, and our speciality is Churchill tanks. So we brought a display of models of Churchill tanks. Some of them are mine, some of them are somebody else's.
Yep. So
these are, there's 2 Churchill crocodiles on the end here.
Yep.
And then there's 2 Churchill 7s. And then this is a Churchill 3. And this is a Churchill 4 Avery. And then just beyond it you can see in a smaller scale a Churchill bridge layer, small box girder bridge. And then in the background is a display of Leslie's models, and that's just about every model and special type of Churchill that was ever built during the Second World War, all the way from the prototype right through to bridge layers at the end of the war.
So another thing is, how do you intend to do your models for, let's say, this one? What techniques did you use to build it?
So you can see here we're building one at the moment, so this is part of the suspension of one of these.
Yeah.
And that's just how we do it, just carefully build the bits up. This is the next piece ready to start. And then there's a box full of bits. We build the model up and then we paint it. And if it's going into a diorama like that, then we need to build the base and build the other models and the figures and put it together and then fix it all in place so that it holds its shape. That one especially with gravel on a slope, it's all glued together to hold it in place.
So another quick question, do you use an airbrush to paint your models, or do you?
Yes, so these have been painted with an airbrush to give a very smooth, fine finish. This older one here, this was painted with brushes, but that was done some time ago and it's getting a bit dusty now.
It's still a beautiful model though, isn't it?
It still holds its own, yes.
So, do you enjoy the hobby?
Yes, I've been doing it for a long time.
Can I ask how long you've been doing it for?
So, I've been doing it for about 54 years.
And
so I started when I was little with Airfix. Actually, the first model I ever had was an Airfix model of a Churchill tank.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
But I haven't got it anymore, it got broken.
And do you have anyone else in your family that does scale modelling?
No, my brother used to do it when he was little, but he stopped.
Yeah.
And I stopped for a while, but I came back to it, and I quite enjoy it.
That's
still.
the important thing, isn't it?
It's something I enjoy doing. So.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say you have done a really great job in your models, and I just can't wait to see someone else find them really good.
Okay.
Right, back. Just a quick really announcement, I'm just gonna say something. When I walked past this, I completely missed it. But if you look at it, it says have a look through the peephole to see the model of the London watering inside in November 1944. And if you look, it's actually been designed by modellers and Tank Museum modellers. And if I put the camera up, you can actually see all the models here. It's really cool that modellers have made this, and it's really interesting that. But yeah, I almost missed it for this time. And also there's another one over on this side here that I almost missed again. So if you have a look at this one's a bit more relative to me because there's Churchill's, Willis Jeeps and an armoured car. But again, it's been designed by scale modellers that work for the Tank Museum. It's really cool that they've made this. I'm back again with my fourth person, and what he's done is he's done this tug and the other one here, which is really good build and really well done. I'm just going to ask him a few questions about it. So, how long have you been doing the hobby?
7 or 8 years now, since I retired.
And did you scratch build them or did you make it by kit?
The smaller boat, the German KFK, that's scratch built, apart from the hull. Everything else is scratch built. And this the tug was a model kit.
So how long did it take you to make the tug?
The tug was 18 months, a year and a half.
And did you enjoy building it?
Oh yes, yes.
So do you use an airbrush or did you hand paint it?
Airbrush.
Yeah.
That was airbrush, yeah.
And what about the other ones? That was airbrush?
That was airbrushed as well, yes.
Yeah. And which one's your favourite out of the two?
Well, I've got to say the bigger tug. The tug was my first model, so I was really enjoyed doing it. It was a big learning curve.
Is there anyone else in the family that does scale modelling?
No, just myself.
Okay. And what's your club name?
It's Edinburgh Model Boat Club.
Yeah. And what's your name?
Philip.
Philip. So again, Philip's one of really two models here, and they're really well detailed. And to say that this one's scratch built, he's done a really good job. No,